everybody, welcome back. We are here to do the daily reading. Today we're using the Prism Oracle. I mean, look at all the colors, they're beautiful. So let's just dive right in and see what Spirit has for us today. Please note that all these readings are general readings, so if it resonates, claim it. If it doesn't, leave it behind. All my readings are meant to give you some gentle guidance, some food for thought, perhaps put some pep in your step, something to help you as you navigate throughout your day. All right. What do you have for us, Spirit? What do we need to know for today? Horribly crooked. All right, better. First card out, desired outcome. What do I want? Where's my focus today? We've got movement. I feel like things are happening. When I say things are happening, I feel like I'm moving at a pace or in a direction where I feel like some growth is occurring, some like that I could almost chart it on a graph, if that makes sense. Action is our next card, right? This is how can I step into this? What is a proactive sort of helpful mindset or a helpful sort of proactive step to making my desired outcome actually happen? We've got illumination. And so if we're feeling like the movement is actually happening, in other words, like Monday I was here, Tuesday I was here, Wednesday I was here, like I can feel it happening like that, it's to highlight that. Now, to me, what that means is, what did I do on Monday? How was I feeling on Monday? You know, did I eat right? Did I sleep right? How much time did I put into it? All of those things, and sort of look at that as a whole, and then compare that to all of Tuesday, and then compare that to all of Wednesday, and so on and so forth, where I'm sort of charting it out and encouraging myself as I chart out my progress, if that makes sense to you. Hopefully it does. And that's Charlotte. She's probably going to join us on the desk any minute. Next up, we have our intuition. What is my gut saying, right? Sometimes it's the inner sort of whispers, shall we call it, that are the thing that guides us, right? That is our true compass. And we've got love. So whether this is the thing that lights you up, whether this is the thing that makes you feel good, whether this is the thing that inspires you or motivates you or, ignites that passion within you, or if it's just building up that feeling of, I love me, I'm proud of me, I feel joy that I am doing what I set out to do, because we all know, especially for females, no matter what age you are, we can do quite a disservice to ourselves in the way of negative self-talk and self-sabotage and all of those types of things, right? We can really rip ourselves to shreds and be quite brutal about it without thinking of or understanding the long-term effects of that kind of behavior. We're often our own worst critics. And so this is the reminder and the sort of offset of that. Here, there is actual progress that I've charted out that I can see, I can map it out, I can see it happening, right? Again, the graph sort of imagery that I got with this first card, it's like I can map it out, I can see it, and when I can visualize it, I can really like take that in and soak it up like a sponge, right? This isn't me telling myself fantasies and stories. I can actually see this, in black and white on paper in front of me. And that feels different. It feels more structured and more secure and more sort of like foundational, as opposed to, I visualize this, if you understand what I mean. Next, we have the lesson to be learned, right? So far we've got growth and all good things coming from this growth, but how are you doing this? In other words, what is the wisdom that you are gaining while you're building, while you can sort of watch that graph build up? We've got stop. Now, there are two things. First thing immediately I feel about this is boundaries. It's first thing immediately I found. The second thing sort of like is like a dot from boundaries, and that would be the thing that I spoke of just moments ago about being, our own worst self-critics, and that is like to question ourselves in a way in which is kind, but why do you need to see this chart? Why do you need to see the growth like that? Why can't you just trust, today I feel good, I'm here. Today I'm over here and maybe I don't feel so great. So what do I need to adjust today? As opposed to, big overall bird's eye view of the whole plan, right? So I think that the lesson to be learned, the positive wisdom that could be gained from this moment is to not have like analysis paralysis, be too focused on the overall as opposed to the individual. Like Monday I did great, wow, look at Tuesday. Because maybe Thursday you don't do so great, and you don't want to beat yourself up over that. To not live in expectation, that it's more about, wow, I feel amazing today. I feel so good. I did this or these things over here or whatever. As opposed to, wow, I had, an amazing Monday, but Tuesday was great. And then Wednesday, and then Thursday, you know what I mean? So being kind to yourself and not getting sort of pulled away from celebrating any achievement. Because here's the thing, friends, we can feel like we're taking 3 steps forward and 2 steps backward, but that is just a perception. Those 2 steps backwards are still steps, and a step is progress, a step is growth. It might not go to the way that we think we were supposed to be going, right? Like I wasn't headed in the direction that I thought I was going in, but can I say for certain I didn't learn anything? Right? And the reason that you sometimes feel that way is because you can't get to the goal fast enough, right? You're focused on the destination as opposed to the journey itself. And so I sort of feel like this card is sort of in that sort of general vicinity, right? Lastly, your truth. How do I stand in my power? What's the win? What is the sort of feeling overall that I have? And it's about flow, which is exactly what it is. It's not too much of a good thing. It's, that equilibrium, that sense of unity, that sense of harmony, that ability to navigate bumps and obstacles and challenges and forks in the road that inevitably are going to be there and are going to happen, but we don't get caught up in it. We don't get dragged down by it. We don't get stopped in our tracks by it. We face it, we deal, and then we move forward with all of the sort of information that we had from that experience. And that ability to navigate that is like our greatest sort of tool in terms of navigating life, right? Is the ability to sort of like navigate the ups and the downs, for lack of a better way to say it. It's interesting also that we started off with movement and we end with movement, right? We've got movement, we've got flow. And I think that that's really interesting. Interesting reading for today. I hope that you found it helpful. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Do all those YouTube things. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you when I see you next. And until then, I wish you many, many blessings. Mwah. Bye for now.